Hello and welcome to another episode of what exactly? Wait, where am I? What is this place? Hello? Did my graphics engine not load yet? Wait, what is this? Unraveled fabric? Hello? What? Did the chunks not load yet? Wait. Hello? Oh no. Oh. Okay, but in all seriousness, hello and welcome to the first episode of the Modpack Dimension Hopper. And as I just saw in a quick intro, this game doesn't mess around with giving us many dimensions. And the first dimension is Limbo. And I recorded this intro here in the Twilight Forest because it's just brighter than all dark. But anyways, this modpack is packed with dimensions. It's made by the computerizer, and he also made a trailer for the modpack. I linked it in the video description, and the trailer was the one thing that inspired me to play this modpack, and at least judging from the trailer, it looks really great. And I'm really excited to play this modpack, but now let's just go back to the prologue and see what I did there. Okay, so after you get teleported by the monoliths, you just respawn there, and in this modpack it just functions as a kind of prologue. You can pause and read through it if you would like, but this dimension is from the mod Dimensional Doors, and the only goal in this modpack is to mine a few blocks and craft them into a few other blocks, which just is for the achievement, and completing it will teleport you to the next dimension, which in this case is the Twilight Forest, which I already showed you by completing the intro. Okay, now back to the Twilight Forest. And as you might have guessed, we don't start in the overworld, and that has a very specific reason. It's because the first goal, or one of the main goals, is to get to the overworld, which requires the Twilight Keystone, which in turn requires us to progress through the Twilight Forest. And so, yeah, we are starting off the Twilight Forest. So anyways, we gathered a bit of wood, and the first goal in this modpack is, just like in most modpacks, to craft the crafting table, and specifically the crafting station. And this modpack is also a pretty questing based modpack, so I think I'm just going to follow the quest line, and I'm gonna let myself take as much time as I want because I want to enjoy this modpack. So anyway, I will just cut down the rest of this tree and I'll see you guys then. Okay, then let's just continue a bit with the quest line. But first things first, I think I have to explain a bit more about the modpack. To travel to each dimension, you need each dimensional keystone. And for example, to get out of the Twilight Forest, you need the Twilight Keystone. And for example, to get to the Nether, it requires a Nether Keystone. Or to get to the Aether or to any other dimension, it requires a keystone. So it's going to take a while to go through all dimensions, but I think with the help of the quest book it will be achievable. So anyways, I think let's just work through the quest line and let's see what we can do with just the wood that we gathered. I think the 3 parts are the most important. So I think I will just set up a little base here, just for now. So anyways, I think we can claim a few rewards. So what can we do next? The campfire seems simple enough. Okay, well, maybe this isn't the safest place after all. And I think now it's a good time to go mining, and I'll see you guys once I find something interesting. Okay, as you can see, the mining tour went really well. I got myself some stone armor and also some other tools. And by well, I mean I found out that only coal generates in the mines and I was mining for exactly nothing. But other than the armor, I got myself a shield and also a flint sword and stone helmet, and I also set up a little farm just for some food and for sugarcane. Also, you can see there are drying racks, and that has a specific reason. For example, the hang glider needs leather, and leather you would normally get from cows, but in this mod pack I got it from drying steak or other cooked food stuff. So anyways, I think we'll progress further by killing the first boss, and this is the Naga. As you can see in my biome, I spawned right next to a Naga habitat. I don't know what you would call it, but my Naga disappeared somewhere, and I looked around a bit and I have a theory where the Naga might be. So if you look at this, this is where the Naga disappeared, and I think it went through this dimensional door. I'm not sure, and I don't want to check it out because I don't know if I'm going to be coming back. But anyways, we gotta find a new Naga. And nothing is easier than that, because as you can see, I crafted myself a magic map, and right next to it, or maybe down there, there is another Naga. And we will defeat this one. And I'm also just noticing that there is a dungeon, or at least some kind of place for a spawner. So just to warm up, I think it would be quite nice to find some loot. Also, what you might have noticed is that some of the tools, like for example a bow, has some requirements. For example, this bow requires that I have an attack level of 12 and an agility level of 8. Agility you just get by running around, and the other things you learn by just doing other stuff. For example, defense you would learn by taking damage. But in this mod pack there is also something called the skill token, which takes in XP for the for leveling up your levels. And I got defense level 4 so that I can use the shield, and that I got through XP. Yeah, you can see it in the top right corner. I just reached agility level 9. But otherwise, I think I'm just going to go over to the other Naga, and I'll meet you there. And just another dungeon I found along the way. Okay, so right up front there is the habitat for the Naga, and I think I'm just going to go in there. And yeah, you can see that the Naga is kind of aggressive, but also not that difficult. It does some good damage, don't get me wrong, but it's the first boss of the Twilight Forest. And as I am close to being dead, because that armor isn't exactly the best, the Naga is also kind of dead, and yeah, now it's done. As I said, not the most difficult boss, but a well introduction to the Twilight Forest. And it dropped us some hard crystal shards, Naga scales, which can be used for armor, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe not. And of course the Naga trophy, and also some other things. I don't know if I will use these Twilight shaders, because they only go on certain tools. Maybe I will have to use them. Either way, I will keep them. Yeah. So, by killing the Naga, I have unlocked the Lich Tower. And if you don't know, the Twilight Forest has a pretty strict progression system. If you try to go into a biome that the game hasn't allowed you to, because you haven't progressed that far, you will take some damage, as you can see in the clip here. And it's not that much damage, but also if you want to progress and if you want to kill the boss mob of this specific biome, it won't be that good. So it's best to just keep killing the bosses in the order you progress normally. So anyways, I'll see you once I'm back at the base. Okay, so back at the base, I just quickly sorted my stuff. And just for now, I think I'm going to put the Naga trophy right on top of some cobblestone. Nothing fancy just yet, because this won't be the dimension we settle in, that's for sure. But just for the looks. And then we'll go check out some other quests. So, in the bosses and challenge tab, the Naga has been completed. Okay, so maybe I should have used my shield, but tanking it with my armor was also the method of my choice. So anyways, the next would be the Twilight Lich, and it is found in the Lich Tower. But that will be something for another time. And right now, I'll go check out some other quests. So, I have been working for getting the backpack, for example the digging backpack, but it needs some kind of wool. And for the wool, I will need either string, which requires me killing spiders, or cotton, which is the original intention of why I got this farm, so that I can farm a bit of cotton. Alright, so I've gone ahead and I explored nearly the whole map. Up top there's the snow biome, and down there's the hydroids, so I couldn't get through, and we will get to these bosses later. But I managed to kill all the Nagas in our perimeter, so every Naga that shows up in this map, except the one right next to us, because that one disappeared. And I've got 17 Naga scales and also 12 hard crystals. So since my armor was broken, why not go ahead and craft myself some new armor for the Lich fight. So I'm just going to get some materials. And as you might have seen, I crafted myself a Naga shortbow, because it only requires 6 attack and 6 mining, which is quite easy to get, and I had it. And for early game, I think it's good enough. But first things first, let's craft ourselves another heart. And I think I'll just have to right click this. So anyways, I think the chest plate takes, the chest plate takes 10, the helmet takes 8, as does the boots, and the leggings cost 9. So I'm thinking, why not just make a chest plate and save the rest of the Naga scales for a sword? Yeah. Or maybe just make the leggings. Yeah, make the leggings out of that. And armor plates. That's where we'll use the rest of the 2 Naga scales. And maybe I can make it out of bones. Or maybe we can make it out of flint. Yeah. But I think flint has the same stats as stone, so I'm just going to make them out of stone. I think we can change these later on, if I'm not mistaken. And so let's just make ourselves some armor. Yeah, feels good running around with a bit more than just stone armor. But the rest of the armor, I think I will just make purely out of stone. 8 armor bars, this is perfect. And what I also might have noticed is that I got a bit of string. So I think we can just go ahead now and craft our first backpack. And I think the digging backpack would be quite nice. So let's just go ahead and craft it. Super nice. The first backpack. And the digging backpack just simply stores everything you can mine, like gravel or cobblestone. And another backpack we will need is the foresting backpack. Okay, so that would be the first 2 backpacks. And since I do want to complete all the quests before moving on, why not just craft the adventuring backpack? It will cost our 2 backpacks, but I don't think that matters because we practically have infinite string and infinite wool. So yeah, that is the adventuring backpack. And some of you might say that the adventuring backpack would be a waste of space because you can't put anything in it. Yeah, nothing works, but I actually looked in the config and the adventuring backpack is the backpack that can hold the Twilight keystone. So these 3 keystones and also the Twilight keystone it will hold, and also that Meath Stroganoff for some reason. And what we will also need for getting the Twilight keystone is Psydust. And for Psydust you would need an Iron Cat assembly, and to store Psydust and also Psy ingots, I think you can also use the backpack. But I don't know if we will ever use it for something other than that. So right now it's just going to sit in the chest. And now the only thing left to do in the Twilight Forest, other than getting Meath Stroganoff, is just to progress through the bosses. But I think that will be it for the episode. We killed several Nagas, we got ourselves some nice armor, and we also explored around a little bit and just started in the Modpack. So yeah guys, let me know what you think about this Modpack, and otherwise I'll just have to say have a good day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!